Alright, so here's the first swing today, Ed. And again, we're seeing you're a little bit above the plane. That's the bad news is you're a little bit above the plane. The good news is you're a little bit above the plane instead of a lot when we saw it last year at this time. See, that was August 13th of last year, so that is sweet. And then from this face-on angle, the first one we saw today, again, those arms didn't look that great. And so the very first one I wanted you to do is get those arms extended better, and sure enough, man, that looks a ton better right there. On the new blue on our right there. Those arms extended better, and as a result now, your right hand turns over your left. Better see, your left hand is actually shown up there a little bit underneath your right hand on the new blue, whereas over here, your left hand was still on top, and you don't want that. So that looks a lot better. And the grip sure looks a lot better here today, man, compared to what we saw that first day last year. On our left is the first one where you didn't have any kink in your wrist at all. At least here you can see the back of your left hand better, right there. And then when you let your wrist get cocked a little more right there, then it kind of pulls you over to your front foot better too. Quite often we cock our wrists better, it helps our balance and our weight shift, and there you see those arms extended right there, holding that finish. That looks sweet. Much better than what you started with today, man. And then with the driver, you got the same good feel going there. I like that. Very smooth looking. Yeah, I like that. I love that. Look. You see, I mean, how it's almost like you're working in concert with the club. When you get those wrists cocked there, then as you whip the club head through there, it's almost like the centrifugal force of the club pulls you over to your front foot. It's your good bounce finish. So this is great, man. And it's actually kind of pulling together 2 or 3 or 4 things we've talked about over the years. You know, all of it coming together there. And the main thing was when you said, on the good days, it feels like I'm just getting through it better. Now, part of that was the better grip that you had on there since that last lesson. That helps. But because you had the better grip, now we can work on those wrists working better. I love that.
It's easier. I'm not trying to manipulate
right.
the club space. It's dead straight down the line. You
right.
Put your hand
right. Absolutely. Yeah, I love it.
This is Joel Suggs. I sure enjoyed meeting you down at the Cincinnati Golf Show this weekend and showing you your swing on the 2D equipment that I have. And so I want to take about 2 or 3 minutes to just show you around Meadowlinks. This is the studio I use in the winter for all my students. You see there's the down-the-line camera angle for our 2D equipment. And then we have the face-on camera angle also. And then what we also have here is 3D equipment to where I can show you your swing from 6 different camera angles with this 3D equipment. And we can get your swing from down to the 1/120th of a second in terms of exactly what your hips, shoulders, and hands are doing in the swing. And then also, I have the most realistic hitting curve I've ever seen from puttersedge.com. So when you hit your full shots, it feels as realistic as possible. And then I have 3 different green speeds for you to practice your putting. 9.5 on the step meter, 10.5 on the step meter, and 12.5 on the step meter. That's benefited my students tremendously. And then also I have a lot of learning aids like this Smart Stick. You can see the rest of those learning aids over here in my bag that we can work on to help you learn the certain fields in your golf swing that you and I both want. And then also I help my students a lot with their equipment through the winter. This is a frequency analyzer where we twang your club and it gives us a reading here. And then also we plot your whole set, each club on these lines to see if the set is really matched or not. Quite often they aren't, and it helps my students tremendously when they find out what clubs are the offending clubs. Then if we get tired of being indoors and want to go outdoors and hit some, we can do that. It's my daughter, Ellie. Good to see you. I haven't seen her in weeks. No wonder you've been gone, Ellie. You've been out here playing in the snow all this time. But this is our natural turf area. This is closed until April, as you can see. But it's a fantastic area where we can step outside and hit some balls and get some real ball flight. Or, if we get pretty satisfied that things are looking better on the video here. We're kind of cooped up inside. We want to go outside. We can step on out and hit balls and see real ball flight for about 5 or 10 or 15 minutes, however long you and I can stand the cold, out into the air, and we see them land at these different flags. I have a yardage book for this driving range. It's the first one I've ever seen in my life where we know exactly what it is with the front, back, and middle of each green. And again, the covered area here is heated, so we stay out there for about 5, 10, 15 minutes, like I said. It enables us to see some ball flight, and then we get satisfied that things are looking the way we want, and we can come back inside, take off our coat, and look again at the video equipment to see how your swing's looking, to make sure that you understand it. And then notice too, my exercise ball up top here, and then also, so I help my students a lot with their fitness through the winter, and then I will help you also with your sports psychology, with your golf psychology from the golfpsych.com people down in Texas. That's helped my students tremendously a lot over the years too. So again, I sure enjoyed meeting you down at the Cincinnati Golf Show this weekend. I look forward to seeing you again out here this summer at Meadowlinks, or even right now in the winter. I have a lot of people that work on their games with me right through the winter. Check out more information about the things I do to help you at joelsuggs.com. Take care.